So I started my career in learning and development. That make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, at QVC, right? You all know QVC, right? I used to take my check stubs to the bank to deposit my check, and the clerk would say, "Are you a host?" No, I'm not a host. At the time, it's probably changed since. The purpose was crystallized in the notion of changing the way the world shops. Changing the way the world shops. And that was just such a part of the DNA of the culture and drove us every day to do radically interesting, innovative things. I'm not sure what it will be for your organization, but we'll talk about that in a moment, okay? So here are some examples. I volunteer at some animal shelters when I'm not doing everything else that I do. Anyone ever been to Best Friends Animal Society in Utah? Pretty cool place, right?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing. Go, you'll have fun. Save them all. Wow. Do you think the folks that work at Best Friends Animal Society could rally around that as a purpose? A little better than our vision is to capitalize on the capital and make more capital, or whatever that was, right? Save them all. Wow. That's 3 words. Here's one that I really like. I recently joined Planet Fitness because I let things go over the winter. But I really like this, what they said. I saw this on the wall. We at Planet Fitness are here to provide a unique environment in which anyone, and we mean anyone, can be comfortable and where a lasting, active lifestyle can be built. That's pretty cool, right? If I worked at Planet Fitness, I might get out of bed and go, give my best every day because I'm helping people be healthy, right? So, here's my challenge to you. What is your organization's compelling purpose? Why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? It should be on a billboard. Not literally. The size of the billboard. Short, powerful, memorable, compelling. How are the goods and services it provides making a positive impact on the lives of your customers? As I said earlier, in the day-to-day fire putting out, we often lose connection to what are we trying to accomplish here, folks? And finally, how can you thread that message through the DNA of the organization in a way that truly energizes your people? Now, those of you in the room may not have a lot of control over that from an organizational perspective. So where do I suggest you start? Your own team. Start with your own team, okay? Oops. Assemble 4 to 6 of your star performers. Ask them what they love about their work. Whittle the list down to a double tweet. How many letters is that? 280, right? A tweet is 140, I think? Right? Use simple personal language, save them all, kind of thing. Solicit feedback from inside and outside the team. Does it resonate? If you have something that's flat or doesn't excite people, it's not going to be effective. And test and refine it until it sings. Don't worry about the rest of the organization. It's too big for any one of us in the room to do much about. But you can start with your own team, your own department. Make this part of your next staff meeting. Get people to rally around a sense of purpose and let it drive exceptional performance. Have you ever worked on a team that didn't have a palpable sense of purpose? How many? Raise your hand. What was that like? It was awful, she said. What was it like?
It feels like you're just wandering. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing and when you're supposed to be doing it.
You're just showing up and hoping you're doing the right thing. Okay? Purpose is like a lighthouse. Amidst all the nonsense that you all face every day, it keeps you coming back to what really matters. When I was first entering the training profession, I was in advertising for many, many years. And I was thinking about moving out of advertising, and I happened to be in New York because I do some work for the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. And I was in New York for some training for that. And I was leaving the training and walking to a friend's apartment where I was staying the night. And there was a man gesticulating wildly on the sidewalk, kind of shouting at people as they passed by him. And I saw this as I was approaching him. And as I passed him, he got in my face and shouted something that I couldn't quite make out, and I sort of, gingerly did one of those and kept walking and got to the edge of the sidewalk, and I couldn't go any further because there was a red light. So as I'm waiting for the green light so I can cross, I hear real fast behind me. So I go, this ought to be interesting. And I turn around, sure enough, it's this guy. And he's like this close. And he goes, don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. So, in the moment, I turned to him and I said, sir, I'd be more than happy to hear what you have to say if you just stop yelling at me. And after I awoke from the coma, no, that's not it. I give you three choices. How many of you think that he punched me in the nose and violently assaulted me? Number two, that he was so flustered by my response he ran away. Or three, he actually apologized. So let's go with one. One is he punched me in the nose. Anybody? No? No noses? Okay. Number two, he got so flustered that he just ran down the street. Anybody? Few people. Okay. Option number three, he turned to me and he apologized. Yeah, that's actually what happened. You could see his whole countenance just change in that moment. And he goes, man, I'm really sorry about that. I said, it's okay, no problem. What do you have to say to me? And we stood on the street corner in Midtown Manhattan for about 15 minutes. He was a young guy who was living at a men's shelter up the street, had fallen on some hard times. I told him why I was in New York. He told me why he was, what he was doing. We shook hands and we both went in our separate directions. And that, for me, was the crystallization of my purpose. I didn't go into social work, but I realized that I wanted to go into a helping profession. I wanted to help people be more effective, more successful. What's your crystallizing moment? What will it be for you and your team? Okay? Let me give you a 3-minute pit stop to sort of digest where we've been so far. The importance of a galvanizing, compelling purpose that gets people out of bed, ready to do their best work. So I'd like you to turn to the person next to you or form a trio and just download where we've been so far. How can this notion of purpose, and by the way, I should mention, if you give me your business card, I'll send you all kinds of things. I won't send you spam and all that nonsense. I'll send you that exercise about how to start with your team and how to craft a compelling purpose that, as I say, rocks. Okay? So, but for now, take 2 or 3 minutes and just download that, and I'll circle back with you. Go ahead.